Just fucking... I'm sorry that you decided to be part of the Gestapo, and I'm sorry that it hasn't worked out for you, but that's just not my problem.
Yeah, so this was sent to me by Anonymous, but I also picked it for myself. I found it myself, and then I found it in my inbox. So yeah, despite historic recruitment drive that added 12,000 agents in recently, the agency's administrative backbone appears to be buckling, with employees desperate enough to turn to Reddit to detail their struggles. Now, to be clear, these are allegations that come from Reddit, so it is not necessarily accurate. However, it is Trump's MO to not pay his grunts. The people he sees as grunt labor don't get paid very frequently when they work for Trump. So the fact that his Gestapo goons, the grunt laborers, are not getting paid, it tracks. It has face validity. Now, being the largest being the, I don't necessarily want to call them law enforcement, for lack of a better category, they're categorized as a law enforcement agency in the budget, and they have a bigger budget than all of the other ones combined, and somehow they aren't managing to pay their field agents. That to me suggests that there's a lot of embezzling going on,
among other things.
And that's also not unprecedented given Trump's behavior. Like there's a whole fucking peace board or whatever, that in order for your country to join the peace board, you have to personally pay Trump $1 billion or whatever the fuck it is. So the idea that people in his administration are following his lead on that is not terribly surprising. So yeah, but who's the one left holding the short end of the stick? It's the grunt workers doing the actual work for them.
Yeah.
Did Stream Elements just say to make me fat? Oh yeah, no, I should probably turn that off because I'm pretty sure the treat stream thing doesn't work for me. But yes, it did tell me to make me fat.
Sometimes people send me pizza.
Yeah, but last time someone actually tried to do it for me, it said that the store was closed. However, the only thing that I have on there is from Wendy's, because I did one thing and then forgot about it. And Wendy's is open
nuts.
till... Yeah, but fuck you. But when Wendy's is open till 3 a.m, so they just must stop taking online orders or whatever, however TreatStream does it after a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
So and that time was at the very beginning of the stream, so I may as well just turn it off at this point. But yeah, so back to the story. ICE officers describe going a month or more without a paycheck, struggling to secure medical coverage for sick children, and watching promised
bonuses. You were struggling to get medical coverage when working for the United States government that historically denies medical coverage to people who need it for every reason they possibly can find under the sun, and also an administration that has done everything in its power to continue to deny medical coverage for people by letting the fucking lobbyists from United Healthcare and others just have their fucking way with our fucking populace. Really? That is so... I am so surprised.
Yeah.
You could not have convinced me that this was real. This never could have happened before.
No sympathy for the friend who willingly joined the Gestapo. To be fair, their children don't deserve to suffer because they are pieces of shit. But they are pieces of shit. And I don't have sympathy for them. This sums up my feeling.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It's a complicated feeling where it's I have sympathy for the child, but I don't have sympathy for their parent.
I don't have a complicated feeling for it, actually. Call me cruel, but I don't have the spoons to spare for other people's children who are not part of my circle on the best of days. Mm-hmm. And so I most certainly don't have spoons to spare for them when they are monsters.
That is valid. I, however, being from Canada, am just just give everybody the healthcare, man. Even people I don't like. But hey, you know what? I actually would go further with that than Canada does. I actually recently saw Kat Abugazeli. She was on a podcast talking about her platform, and when she got to the healthcare, when she was talking about healthcare, she went so much further than what Canadian healthcare is, and I'm just sitting there I want her to win. But it would be weird to live in a world where like I would be jealous of an American healthcare system. Like I know that's got like zero chance of actually passing Congress, but I fully agree with that. And it would be weird to me to be sitting here in Canada being like, I want the American healthcare. But you know what? As long as ours doesn't get worse, which it is, thanks Doug Ford, fuck you. But as long as ours doesn't get too much worse, I would be okay with you guys having a better system than us.
Yeah.
And then I could point to you guys and be like, hey, let's do that. That would be nice. It'd be nice if we could just all have healthcare. Doug Ford does not deserve the pleasures of the flesh. I agree, Fennec.
I don't know. I recognize that, like, from a purely socialist and humanitarian perspective, I want the best for everybody, including my enemies.
Mm-hmm.
But I also am not going to take the time to fret over them if they are actively trying to support a system that prevents people from getting health care. Is the best way to put it. Like, I can't. I just can't. Like, you're a pundit in the Republican Party, and you are worried about health care. Fuck off. You're part of the problem.
I was on a panel this weekend in Brantford, and one of the subjects that came up was humanism, and one of the questions was like, okay, well, when you're doing response videos or whatever, can you really call yourself a humanist while being mean to someone? And we're like, you know what? Matt Powell has caused me to actually think on this quite deeply, because I am not kind to Matt Powell. He is a piece of shit, and if he sees my videos and feels bad because of them, good. That is not a humanist position. I recognize that is not a humanist position, but you know what? I'm not a perfect person. Maybe I'm not the perfect humanist, but I do not feel guilty making Matt feel bad. But I have put a lot of thought into it. It mostly stems from the fact that, like, there is nothing I could say that could make him, like, there is no possible world in which anything I say or do will make Matt Powell a better person.
Yeah.
So I just want to expose him for the piece of shit that he is without treating him with kid gloves. World's okayest bisexual hat. So that is for Jassa. Remember when Matt called Cirrus trans because of VTuber? That actually came up in the panel too.
Oh?
We were talking about you, Cirrus.
I'm sorry. That sounds like a terrible time.
Well, I mean, it was in the context of just how stupid Matt Powell is, because I brought up that, like, yeah, it's probably not very humanist of me to have a montage of really dumb things that he says to emphasize how dumb he is every time I respond to him. But on the flip side, he said, if African Americans evolved into other Americans, how come African Americans are still around today? Oh, God, he's such an idiot. Like, the levels of racism in that are just astounding, because, like, he's trying to not sound racist, but you just did the why are there still monkeys but made it black people instead of monkeys. Oh no.
If Cain people not black, why Canaanites all black? I don't know. Stream Elements, thank you for reminding me that Tal just donated $50 to the stream. Thank you. That is
nice.
That is 100% getting used on food. I'm not gonna lie, because I was so late today, my usual day stuff is going to the gym, making a Magic the Gathering video, and getting stuff ready for stream. I have been able to do no prep work, no Magic video, no gym, no nothing today. My day is fucked. So, I'm ordering delivery.
Peanut butter sandwich.
What's up?
I had a secret peanut butter sandwich.
What is a secret peanut butter sandwich?
It's a peanut butter sandwich where we keep the peanut butter secret because there is a child in our house that has a peanut allergy that might kill him. Oh. So we do not let the children access the peanut butter. I
see.
Yeah. So it's secret peanut butter.
You know, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. So, fun thing also, I normally, like, sneak into PB&J in the middle of a stream if I know that I need food and I don't have the time to cook something. Guess what? I have not had a chance to go to Costco and get bread. So, that's also not happening right now.
Okay.
I just haven't had time to do shit.
So, back to ICE officers complaining on Reddit. So one post shared by a new employee explained that despite being on the job for 2 months, they still had no health insurance and were struggling to cover medical costs for a sick child. I hope you go bankrupt. I hope your child is okay, but that you go bankrupt in the process of getting them to be okay. Other officers complain about their confusion about the bonus pay schedules. Apparently, they've structured the bonus pay so that it kicks them into the next tax bracket and takes extra off their paycheck when they get it. So, like, they're supposed to get a $6,000 bonus, but then after taxes, their entire paycheck was just $5,000. So, like, that's the regular hours plus whatever the bonus was minus taxes. So the bonus ended up being, like, instead of $5,000 or $6,000 or whatever, it was only like $2,000 or $3,000.
That's way more funny. That's way more funny than
the government is like, we will pay you extra if you come and brutalize people. Oh, look at that. You pay taxes now, so half of that is ours. And we structured it specifically to make it so that you have to pay maximum taxes on it.
Yeah.
And one guy started, he said, Monday is 4 weeks since I started, and he hasn't been paid yet. So he's worked for a month without getting paid.
Okay. I don't think you should get paid for doing the terrible things you're doing in the first place. Sucks, dude.
I agree. And I cannot reiterate this enough, but... yeah. That just sums it up perfectly.
Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitta, you know I'm not saying that last part, Valis of Sereth, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.